Below where I am on Eglinton Avenue, the Crosstown LRT should have been finished. But as you can see all around me, there's construction. Two councillors say their communities have had it with all the delays.
You know, it took 5 years to build the railway across Canada. We're on 11 years building this across Eglinton. The biggest boondoggle in Canadian construction history, right here. They'll call this the boondoggle line.
An agreement between Metrolinx and Crosslinx, the private sector builder of the line, called for it to be mostly completed by the end of 2022. However, toward the end of September, Metrolinx released a statement saying that wouldn't happen. And since then, Crosslinx representatives have been unavailable for comment.
We believed, based on Metrolinx's promise to our communities, that the Eglinton Crosstown would be completed in 2020. Then they announced 2021. Then they announced 2022.
Ever since that statement was posted, information on the project has stopped. New whistleblower documents handed out by councillors Mike Cole and Josh Matlow on Friday, along with pages of an internal report obtained by CityNews from September, paint a picture of trouble at that time. Metrolinx staff wrote there was a lack of a credible plan to deliver the project, along with safety issues, water and mold problems, and health and safety concerns. We don't know how much of that is still the case today. Cole and Matlow want a public inquiry.
This is about Eglinton, but it's also to ensure that there are lessons learned.
Toronto is not alone in dealing with LRT woes. A public inquiry launched by the Ford government into Ottawa's newer system after a series of mishaps had damning findings. 103 recommendations were made, including better public engagement. During an unrelated announcement before Cole and Matlow spoke, Ontario Transportation Minister Caroline Mulroney was asked again about the project.
I know that people are so frustrated by this project. It's been going on for a very long time. We inherited this project from the previous government. Look, the path towards completion is to working through these final technical issues.
If some of that sounds familiar, it should. CityNews has asked about the new time frame and specific issues holding up the line for months now.
Well, obviously everyone's disappointed with the delays that are affecting the Eglinton Crosstown LRT project. Our priority is to make sure that it opens safely as soon as possible.
Mulroney has repeatedly said they want to make sure it's safe before it's operating. We don't entirely know what's unsafe about it. The government has also spent a few $1 million in indirect support for businesses impacted by delays. But those we've spoken with say it hasn't been enough to help.
It's this hunkering down, burying their head in the sand, not taking accountability and not answering people's questions. It's changing that anticipation and excitement into frustration and annoyance.
Sarjeet Kaur is a former Ontario Liberal staffer turned crisis communications consultant. She says recent messaging has been poor.
Well, when you're ignoring the media, you're essentially ignoring the public, because the public is relying on the media for information. And again, people are very understanding.
Meanwhile, hopes for a change of course.
There's no one that is working on this project that can fix the problem. The project is broken.
We're going to keep following this story, and as always, we'll have more on our website. At Yonge and Eglinton, Nick Westoll, City News.